I wanted to make another quick video using the Synthwave song that I created recently as a 3-part tutorial. But in this video, I'm going to mix and master it using the iZotope products, the Neutron and Ozone. Neutron for mixing and Ozone for mastering. And actually, guys, I did come up with a name. I thought about it, and because it has a little bit of a Michael Jackson feel on the pre-chorus, I decided to name it Bad Transistor. So, sticking with my synthwave goofiness, this is exactly where it was when I left off in part 3. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the mixing and mastering that I did. We're putting everything back at 0 and panned in the center because Neutron can actually mix it for us using the mix assistant. What we need to do is actually add relay to every track aside from the aux tracks and the sends. I'm just going to copy relay to the beginning of every track. It does need to be at the beginning, so keep that in mind. And I'm going to expand the drums and add it there as well. So now that we have relay on every track, we're going to add Neutron to the stereo out, and we're going to click on Mix Assistant, and we're going to select Balance next. And using the Balance Assistant, quickly get your tracks ready to mix by letting Balance Assistant set your starting levels. Just make sure to insert a compatible plugin, such as relay, on each of your tracks at the beginning of the signal chain, and it is best if you leave your DAW's fader set to the default state while the Assistant sets your starting levels. And so here we're going to go through and make sure that each one of our tracks is selected. And it is required that we choose at least one focus. I think I'll make ARP Odyssey and Say Again the focus because those are our leads. And now at this point, we just have to play the whole song through. So I'm going to click on Begin Listening and play the song. So we're going to listen back and see if we want to adjust the levels at all. I noticed I couldn't really hear any bass, and yeah, it's under musical, so we're going to change that to bass. I also noticed that I accidentally put relay on the bass track twice, so I removed one of those, and I also selected delay on accident. Don't select delay or any other bus sends or effects. Okay, everything should be in the right place now. Let me listen to that again. So we've got it mixed through Neutron. I actually had to go through and adjust the levels to get it to be a little quieter. It was actually too loud, and I think the reason for that mainly is because the aux tracks that I created, the bus sends, they were way too loud. But at this point, we're going to actually use the track assistant on some of the instruments as well. So we'll just add Neutron Pro to each track, click on Mix Assistant and Track Enhance. And this will be percussion, kick drum. I want it to be up front and intense. I'm going to go ahead and just run through the rest of the drums real quick. Now I'm going to run through and add Neutron to the bass and the other synths. Alright, so I've added Neutron Track Enhance to every track, and so let's take a look at what it does. First off, we have the sculptor, we have an equalizer, compressor, compressor 2, and an exciter. And so this track sounds like this now. And with it off, to my ears, that actually does sound better. Also, nothing is panned. We could pan it through Relay or through Neutron, but I prefer to just use the wheel. We'll actually go ahead and put Ozone on now. And we're going to click the Master Assistant. Here we have some options, modern or vintage. I'm going to go with vintage, and manual or reference. You could actually load in a reference track. I'm going to stick with manual and go with high, and destination we'll leave it streaming. Streaming keeps it at a -1 decibel. Go ahead and click next. Now it's just waiting for the song. Okay, so it's analyzed the track, and we're going to go with full. And to start off, it gives us an equalizer, a vintage EQ. Looks like it's cutting the low about 1.2 decibels, but really that's all it's doing. Vintage compressor is turned off. Equalizer 2 looks like it's increasing our 100 hertz by 0.6 decibels, decreasing our 870 hertz by -1, and increasing our 6000 by 0.6, giving us the vintage limiter and the maximizer. I also mixed and mastered the same song with the Slate Digital All Access, so you can compare this to that and see which one you like better, or you can compare it to the original mix I did using the stock Logic plugins. Let me know what you guys think, what changes you would make, if you think it sounds like crap, if you think it sounds awesome. Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you being here. If you didn't see the initial videos I made for this song in general, go back and check those out. This song will be up on Spotify and Apple Music soon. You can look for it under Gone Console, and the song should be called Bad Transistor. Alright, until next time.